So we're going to start off standing today, guys, but as I said earlier, you will need a mat for later on in our stretching. So I've got some nice gentle soothing music on the background, but by all means do use your own music in the background, something nice and tranquil. So we're going to start first of all by getting our feet nice and relaxed. So feet about hip distance apart, just so that you're nice and stable. Think about those feet now, so try and evenly distribute the weight. So not so much on your heels, not so much on your toes, just rock backwards and forwards so that you just find that nice happy place, a little bit around, so that you're nice and stable on those feet. Next, we're just going to come up through the legs. So we want the knees nice and soft, we don't want the knees locked out, but we don't want them bent either. So just soft knees, which will then come up into the hip area. So again, nice and soft around the hip area. However, what we do want is we want that TRA nice and tight. So just picking up that pelvis very, very gently and then releasing it. One more time, pick it up and releasing it. Just so you can feel the difference in that guy. So you want to keep it nice and neutral. So a neutral spine, neutral hip area, but nice and soft. And then we're going to look at our core. So we want to make sure we're not hunched around. We want to push the shoulders back, but we want to make sure that they're relaxed. So just adjust your shoulders a little bit. And then we're going to move up to the neck area. So although I'm looking down at you because my device is down there, I'd like you to try, if you can, just try and keep that neck looking straight ahead as opposed to looking down or looking up or to either side. So that's our standing position. So we're now going to start stretching. We always start off from the head and we work down. So get the arms nice and comfortable, looking ahead, and then we're just going to turn the head very gently to one side. And bring it back to the centre. Good. And we're going to take it back to the other side. Now really gently with these stretches, guys. Don't rush it, take your time. And if there's something that I'm doing that's not right for you, just adjust it so that it is right for you. Listen to your bodies. Think about your joints, think about your muscles. We want to take care of them. Right, one last time to this side. And then we're going to go back to that neutral position. And we're going to drop the chin to the chest. Now think about trying to elongate the neck here, but without putting too much pressure. So you're just nodding the head down, and then bring the head back up. Raising the chin, and then we're going to take that lower lip to the upper lip. Release the lips, and bring the head back down one more time. Good. Gently does it. Bring it back up again. Remember to bring that bottom lip up over the upper lip. So we're stretching in the front neck area. Release and back to that neutral position. Be aware of the rest of your body. Sometimes what happens when you get really relaxed is your knees start to sink. So when you're sinking, just want your knees soft. So think about your knees, think about your hips. Okay, let's just drop one ear down to that shoulder. And back to centre. Good. Drop the ear down to the other shoulder. And back to centre. Now this time, just pop the right hand to the side of your left side of your head. Now as you tip down, just give it a little bit of a pull, not too much. Just a tiny little bit, just so you can increase that stretch ever so gently. But if this isn't right for you, then you go back to what we were doing before. Back to centre and change hands. Dropping it down to the side. This just gives you a little bit of aid with that stretch, because sometimes we're really stiff in the neck and across the top of the shoulders. So just trying to open up this area here. Pull this shoulder down Good. We're going to do one more of those on each side. Lovely. Slow and controlled. Don't rush it. And really try and drop that opposite shoulder. So you really feel a nice pull just here, but a gentle pull. Good. Keep breathing out all the time. And in. Change. Just gentle, easy breaths. Relax the arms down and head back to a neutral position. Good. Now we're just going to rotate very gently, very, very gently. Don't take these rotations too deep. Just going one way for a moment. And again, if this isn't right for you, you can just continue with your either side to side or backwards and forwards. Let's go the other way. Really easy, gentle stretching on this lovely Friday morning. I think the sun's going to come out again later. And according to the weather forecast, we've got another heat wave coming. So we may get back in our gardens, some of our classes. Good. And back to that central position. Lovely. Now just check out those feet. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed. If it isn't, just adjust yourself. Spread the toes. Make sure the weight is in the heels and the toes. Even. Good. Now we're just going to bring those shoulders up. Hold them there for a few seconds and then really push them down. Try and push the fingertips down to the floor. Good. Bring it up again one more time. And down again. Good. Now we're going to float one arm up, all the way up, reach the ceiling and float it back down again. That's good. Lovely work. Excellent. Let's do the other arm. Just let it float up nice and gently and float it back down again. Good. Really control these floating movements. Take it steady and slow. There's no rush in these stretching classes. That's the beauty of them. We're just waking up our bodies. Good. Take that arm back down. We go back to those shoulder shrugs. Two together. Up and down. Good. One more. Up and down. Good. Now this time I'm going to float both arms out at the same time. Just slowly and gently. Arms should feel heavy, so just letting them float. Good. Relax the shoulders at the top. Draw the shoulder blades down. Now bring the arms back down. Good. Really slow and controlled. And of course, anytime you can do all of these exercises that we're doing at the moment seated. So if you know anybody that maybe not as stable on their feet, wants to have a go, just get them to do all these exercises whilst being seated. Drop the shoulders and down. Good. I'm going to do that one more time. Slow and controlled. Heavy arms. Really heavy. Good. When you get to the top, let the shoulders drop. Now bring the arms back down. Lovely. Good job. Excellent. Just give those shoulders a little bit of a roll back. And a roll forward. Good. Now again, just make sure that your shoulders are drawn back and down. We're going to take the right arm across the body. We're going to hold just below the elbow. I'm going to turn our head to the right hand side. So we've got right arm across the body, head is turned to the right side. So we're feeling a nice stretch in this shoulder area. This is where your deltoids are, front reverse, front and rear. This is where we need to pull across the body, and also you're getting down into these side muscles here. It's a really lovely stretch for you to do. Just don't hold anywhere near the joint area. Good, now take this same arm out wide. Make sure the palm is facing towards me. I'm just going to move to my side because I'm not sure if you can see that. Now we're going to turn the palm away from us. And we're just going to tuck it behind. And we're just going to tuck it behind our bodies and squeeze those shoulder blades back. Good, just hold it there for a few seconds. So now really getting into that rear deltoid. Lovely. Good, let's do that one more time. I'm going to take it across the body, holding below the elbow joint and looking over the same shoulder. Making sure that our hips are facing forward. We haven't moved any other part of our body other than moving the arm across. Good. Take that arm out nice and wide, palm facing towards me, or you, rather. I'm going to turn the palm round so it's facing behind. I'm going to take it around the body, and again, we're just going to tuck it behind into the waist area and just hold it there. Protract that those shoulder blades. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good, and release that arm back out and drop it down. We're going to do the same with the left arm. So we lift, take the left arm across the body, making sure our hips are still facing forward, supporting just below the elbow joint, and then we turn our head towards the same shoulder. Right, to keep breathing through these exercises nice and gently. Good. We're going to take this arm out, so the palm is facing forward. Now reverse the palm so the palm is facing behind. And then take that arm and just tuck it around again, around the waist area, so your palm is still facing outwards. Protract the shoulders down, lifting the chest slightly, and again feeling a really lovely stretch behind the shoulder blade and even into that tricep area. And again, you're going to find you're more flexible on one side than the other. That's perfectly natural. And release that arm down. And we're going to take it across the body one more time. Just adjust the hips, because sometimes when you bring it forward, what happens is you turn your body. So I want your body and your hips facing forward, just the arm across, and turn the head towards that shoulder. Good. Take the arm out nice, palm facing in, turn the palm facing out, tuck it behind you. Now lift the chest at the same time, protract the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lovely, good job. Lovely, and release that down. Now just take the feet a little bit wider. Take the hands out nice and wide, palms are going to face in. Now we're just going to rotate the body, rotate our torso, very gently, one side at a time. Try and keep the arms up level with your shoulders. Really slow and controlled. There's no rush with this movement. We're just gently stretching down the body. We start with our head, shoulders, arms, back. Now we're onto our trunk. And then in a few moments we're going to move down onto the mat, so we're going to stretch out our legs. Good. This is the last one. Back to that centre position. Now just allow the palms to face down to the floor and then raise them up to the ceiling. Good. Nice and gently. Keeping those arms really nice and level with those shoulders. Keeping that core nice and tight. Good. Last one. And then drop the arms down. Great job, guys. Now we're going to come down onto the mats. I want you to be lying on your back. We're going to start off with a full body stretch. So hopefully you can see most of me. So full body stretch, legs are nice and straight. We plant the heels onto the floor and the toes are going to point up towards the ceiling. We then allow our body to peel down, nice and gently. When our shoulder blades hit the floor, we allow the head to come down. We're now going to take both arms up and we're going to stretch them over the front of our heads. So we're now in a full body stretch position. Now think about these abdominals. Really suck in that tummy. Put the feet where they're comfortable. So you might be more comfortable in them together. You might be comfortable in them about a foot apart. And just let this stretch gently, gently feel as if you're reclining on a nice sun-soaked beach somewhere. Breathe in and out gently. Making sure your back is pushed into the floor, your tummy's nice and tight. Now you're going to bring the arms back onto the chest. Good. Now I'm going to start with the right leg. So I want you to pop the right foot on the floor. I want you to follow it by the left foot. So both feet are lying flat on the floor. Tummy's nice and tucked in. Back is pushed into the floor. I want you to place your hands down, palms down, onto the mat. Now I want you to suck in your tummy, pull up that TVA, and I want you to squeeze the glutes together. And as you squeeze, I want you to just gently lift the hips. Lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze. Hold it there. Keep breathing through. Good. Now release the squeeze as you breathe out and place your hips back down on the floor. We're going to do that twice more. Just take your time. Breathe in. As you breathe in, squeeze the glutes and lift and peel the hips off the floor. Try and get the back off the floor as well. So you're just now on your shoulder blades. Your hands are flat on the floor, giving you support. These glutes are being squeezed. Tummy's being squeezed. Breathe in and out gently. On the next exhale, I want you to peel yourself down. Releasing the squeeze here. Good. We're going to do that one more time in your own time. Breathe in and peel up. Now breathe in and out gently. Holding the squeeze here. On the next exhalation, I want you to peel down. Really feel yourself peeling down, vertebrae by vertebrae, till your hips are completely on the floor. Now I want you to bring one knee in, follow it with the other knee, nod the head, raise the shoulders off the floor, and then just give those knees a really nice hug in. Don't squeeze around the knee, squeeze around the front of the shin. Bring the nose in between your knees if you can. Just alleviate any pressure that's worked up in that spine and lower back. Good. Now, we're just going to keep the legs where they are just for a moment. I want you to put your hands back, palms facing on the floor. Now, I want you to raise one toe up to the ceiling, really push it up, keeping this leg nice and straight. And bring it back in. Other leg goes up, toes pointing up nice and straight, looking at that knee. Hands are still palm facing down on the floor, supporting you. Good. Bring it back down. Good. One more time. One on each leg. Push it away. Starting to feel the stretch at the back of the hamstring and the top of the glute muscle. Good. Push and squeeze. Making sure you're pointing that toe up towards the ceiling, locking out the knee. Good. Now just roll from side to side very gently. Even out any kinks in that lower spine. Good. Back to centre. Now just adjust yourself, making sure that the whole of the back is pushed flat into the floor. Tummy's nice and tight, that's going to support our lower back. Hands on the floor, palm facing down. We're just going to push both toes directly up towards the ceiling, locking out the knees. Now really try and reach up a little bit higher. Pull out of the hips, push the toes up towards the ceiling. Good. Just hold them there. Keep squeezing this tummy and breathe through the nose. Good. Bring both those knees back into the chest. Now, push the hands a little bit closer together. Push yourself up. Take the feet up really nice and tall. And push up onto the shoulder blades. Now, if that's not for you, just stay where you were before. If you can, I want you to bring this stretch all the way up nice and tall. Good. Now, I want you to adjust yourself because what's happened here is you've come really forward. So I want you to now push out, push out, push out, push out. Keep pushing up towards the ceiling. Push up. Good. I can't quite see everybody from this angle, so I'm hoping that most of you are there. Squeeze that tummy. Good. Now bend the knees down and just allow yourself to rock back down very gently. Rock back down and come up to a sitting position. Lovely. Is everybody there? Perfect. Really good work, guys. That's quite a tough one to do on this stretch, so well done. We're going to lie back. Roll yourself back down. Keep the feet flat on the floor. Bring the heels in a bit closer to your bottom. Now I'm going to take one leg up nice and tall. And then we're going to make sure the foot is flat, so the heel is going to push up towards the ceiling. And we're going to hold behind this thigh area. So this is the thigh, we're going to hold behind the thigh. Push that heel into the ceiling. Good. Now, both arms come out to the side. Palms are facing down onto the floor. Now we're just going to let this leg, keeping our hips nice and central, we're just going to let this leg just drop down really, really gently, really carefully. So we're opening up the hip area. Now, however far you want that leg to come down, that's entirely up to you. Do it really slowly, really control it. Keep this knee set so nothing else is moving. Push your palms into the floor, that will help with your stability. Push the back into the floor. Good, and allow that leg just to drop down as far as it's comfortable for you. Good. And then just hold and squeeze. Lovely. Now I'm going to bring that leg back up. Equally as slowly, guys. The slower you can do this stretch, the better. Really bringing it up slowly. So you're really feeling it in the hip area, in the inner thigh. Hip area. Good. Squeeze that tummy. Excellent job. Good. Slowly but surely back up to that central position. Excellent. Now we're just going to drop that down in front of us. But we're not going to let the heel drop on the floor. We're going to keep it So it hovers just above the floor. Good. I'm going to take that back up. Hold it there. Now point the toe towards the ceiling. Now bring the toe back down to face you. Good. Point the toe towards the ceiling. Bring the toe back down towards you. Good. Got 2 more of these to do. One more. And down. Good. Now let that foot drop down to the floor. Place it nice and evenly. Now just bring that pelvis back under. Just squeeze those glutes in. Just going to relieve any pressure that's built up around this area here. Just for a few seconds. And drop it back down. Good. Now we're going to bring the other leg up and we're going to do the same on the other side. Good. So first of all, we're going to feel that stretch. Make sure the heel is pointing towards the ceiling. Just hold where it's comfortable for you and just pull that leg in towards you, just very gently. Good, and release. Now I'm going to drop it out to the side, so make sure that you've anchored the upper part of your body. So arms either side of your shoulders, palms facing down, and as we're doing this, we're just gently letting that leg go very, very slowly. The slower the better, remember, out to the side. Now, if you only bring your leg to here, that's absolutely fine. Just hold the stretch, taking it as slow as you can. You really need to keep that core strong and tight to support this movement. Make sure both shoulders are on the floor at all times. Good, you're nearly there. Slow it down. Good. And when you've got down as far as it's comfortable, just hold it there, just for a few seconds. Shoulders on the floor. Don't let that other shoulder rise up. Good, now I'm going to start bringing that foot up. Gently, slowly. Really good opening up that hip area. Good, excellent work, guys. Now just drop it down. Nice and slowly. Bring it up. Down again. Make sure you're still breathing through all of these movements, slow and controlled. Last time down. And up, good. Now holding that foot in place, I need to point your toe towards the ceiling. Now push the heel towards the ceiling. Good, toe towards the ceiling. And heel, good. Last 2. This is your last one. Good. Now drop the feet. So now both feet are back on the floor. I want you to take your feet a little bit wider. And I want you to let the knees drop down so that they're touching each other, but the feet are probably out as wide as your mat. Your hands are still where they are, either side of your head, palms facing down. Now I really want you to squeeze your knees together. Now squeeze the glutes, really squeeze them in, and I want you to just raise the glutes off the floor, keeping the knees bolted together and squeeze. Good, now release them down. Don't let them touch all the way down, and come back up again. So we're just going to do this for a couple of times. Just hovering above the floor, both shoulders in contact with the floor, palms facing down there, your support. Your core is very strong. Squeezing it in and then releasing the glute muscles as you go down and squeezing as you come up. We're going to do 2 more of these. Good, and release all the way down. Lovely. Place the feet together. Bring the knees in. Nod the head. And then wrap the arms around the front of the legs. And make yourself into a nice little small ball. And release. And just turn over onto your right side, very gently, and come up onto your hands and knees. Just check out your posture, your position. So your shoulders should be directly over your wrists. Your hands are in line with your shoulders. And then your knees and hips are nicely in alignment. And you're looking straight ahead. So your back is nice and flat in a neutral position. Now from here, we're just going to do a couple of little Superman stretches. So we're just going to push one arm and one leg away. And we're going to hold that position. Just check out your body. Make sure you're not tilting to one side. It's very easy to do. And come back. Get back to that neutral position. And opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. Don't bring up that back leg too high. And back. We're going to do 1 more of those on each side. When you come back here, just check that you're back in that neutral position before you progress on to the next movement. Good. Last time. Good. Come back to that neutral position. Now I want you to sit back onto your heels. So we're in this position, then we're going to drop the forehead to the floor. Now we're going to take the left hand out, push it away, try and push the elbow onto the floor. Good, bring that hand back in. Forehead back on the floor. Now the right hand goes out. Stretch it away as far as you can, first of all. Now push. So the forearm and the elbow is back on the floor, forehead on the floor. And back to that neutral position. Now this time both hands out, really pull and stretch away. Feel the stretch first of all. Drop the forehead back onto the floor. Now push the forearms and the elbows back into the floor. And release the stretch. Roll yourself back up. Good. I'm just going to come forward on my mat a little bit so you can see. So we're on our knees. I just want you to take one hand behind, just lean into that comfortably. Take the other hand behind, lean into that comfortably. Just keep the head in that nice neutral position. Allow the elbows to soften, and then just lean back into that stretch. Bring the head back up first. Look down in front of your body. Squeeze that tummy in. Bring one hand up in front of you first of all. And then bring the other hand up in front of you first for a second. And then pull yourself up on to your knees. Drop one hand behind. Drop the other hand behind. Keeping your back nicely supported. And then just lean back however far is comfortable for you. And I'll back up to a neutral position. Taking the hands out in front so that one hand is on top of the other. You're still on your knees. Pushing that stretch away. Chin on the chest. Now lift the head up. Take the arms out nice and wide. Thumbs pointing up. Squeeze it back. Keeping your arms at shoulder height. Thumbs down and squeeze it back. Good. Now just let that stretch go. Stretching all the way down the side. And back to neutral. And back to the other side. Back to that neutral position. Bring the hands in. Excellent. Well done, everybody. Lovely, lovely stretching class.